I
Look
love
how
it. I love it. I love that someone made it in the form of one of the Kirby Adventure pictures.
well,
Alright, since we're all here and we're all ready to go. Last time, indeed, you made your heroic getaway and then slumped around. How much food do you have? Do you even have anything to fill your bellies? Or are you going hungry?
We managed to save a bunch of food from that one cave we found with all the mushrooms and things.
Yeah,
Delightful.
we did
So we
make the
managed
roll.
to not starve, and also Claire doesn't eat.
we've managed to avoid drowning.
Good job. It was a good job or great job that he says. I think it's great job.
And what?
No,
Metal.
just all two.
Yeah. Raiden just calls, I think, Colonel and just goes, "We've managed to avoid drowning."
Great job.
I
But
think
yeah,
it's good work.
we found a bunch of food and light sources from the big light stalk mushrooms.
And I
Yeah.
took some of them in a barrel, which we
And then I think
spent a
something was
lot
going
of
to
work
happen.
making barrels.
Also, if I recall correctly, you actually slept. We're on day 7.
Yes.
Yeah, there was like
Marvelous.
gaseous fissures that we were sweeping by.
I was trying really hard to fill them with water, and they got bored.
As you make your way through this delightful set of caverns, let me just look up his name so I'm not butchering it, because as much as I know his name, I'm not a magician. Shusha.
Shusha.
As you all make your way down the caverns on day 7, or at least it feels like day 7, sleep is whenever you want it to be in this world. Shusha tells you all about the delightful place of Sloobludoop, where you are going.
Sounds like a song.
It is a beautiful place, a magical place, where no harm touches you. Indoors, in. Um, it's adjacent to the Dark Lake, which is an immense. Calling it a singular lake is a bit disingenuous because it has multiple areas where you have sluices and dockets and all those kinds of things and multiple elevations. But it is the single largest interconnected water feature in the underground that has maintained some form of cohesion despite the fact that the underground changes shape and size every couple hours. Cutie patootie. Oh my goodness, it's put heart. My goodness. And it from there, well, you could stock up on your little supplies and you can set out your road to someplace because while it doesn't have an entrance to the surface, it is very much disconnected from it, unless you really feel like swimming up because the Dark Lake is fed from this water from this surface feature, and if you could swim like really really hard, maybe you could swim up there. I don't know. That's your risk to take.
I don't think we'd be able to do that, but it's an option.
I wonder how. I should have looked this up beforehand, but modes of travel. 1 miles per hour. But what I wonder is, since Underdark travel is very much up to the whims of the land itself, it's weird. It doesn't have a little chart because before it had like a little chart, and it's like, nah, you just sort yourself out, kid. Oof, at 1.5 miles per hour, that's a while. Although you could alternate shifts, I guess. Point is, you'll be there soon enough, and he's starting to talk it all up. It's a place of enlightenment, of bright, bright souls, and most delightful individuals who have nothing short of the sharpest minds. Yes, we will
Oh,
find ourselves among good company there.
surely a way out, and surely,
Now,
well,
if you believe that the way out is through the mind, then surely you will find the Sloobabloob's many exits.
yeah. Well, I meant surely they'd have knowledge of the way out.
I Poor Popeye has a bonkus of the conkus, which
Truly tragic.
Bonkus of the conkus.
not that. I'll be honest. That is honestly what I'd imagine Clara describes when I hit her in the head with a wrench.
Yeah, that was why I had to share that. I just thought it was perfect.
On the 7th day of Christmas, your true love gave to you
Bonkus of the Conkus.
Signs of someone else. As you make your way down the passageways and start to do that little scouting check where you make sure that you can find a place to rest out and camp out for the night, you start to see signs of other activity that's recent enough to warrant attention. Chopped down large mushrooms, the smell of a nearby fire.
Oh heck.
There is someone near where you are currently walking, and you can hear their whispers echo from the walls.
Oh,
Probably a good idea to, take some caution. Might not be
Yeah.
friends.
They're not on your critical path. You could totally just ignore these voices and take a tiny detour that will have no impact on your travel time, or you could take a look. It's up to you.
There's always the chance they are friendly.
there is always a chance.
Tanya is more interested in getting to the city and finding a way out for their.
That's true. We've been traveling for a while. But stopping is
I don't
kind of.
like it here.
Yeah, we've been traveling a good while, so like
But also we've been traveling for a while, and it's just been us.
Yeah, okay, I like how you say that. Like, there's like 2 people here. We're
There's been a
traveling.
group.
Yeah, we're traveling with like 8 people.
Have you traveled with 8 people in the dark caves? It's dark caves.
Yes, for 7 days. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Can we make out what they're saying from here, or would that require going closer?
You'll probably have to go a bit closer first.
Well, if the others think it's a bad idea, then we can probably just, give them a wide berth.
Yeah, I'm interested in potentially making friends or stabbing people. I don't know what will come of this interaction. So, options.
Unfortunately, I can't make that choice for you.
Yeah. What about you, Ashley?
I want to get out of here.
All right.
And what about Tanya?
Yeah, Tanya is with the ferry. I am up for getting the heck out of here. So I say we press on and not dilly dally.
Yeah, alright.
I was trying to think of a better word for like dilly dally, but
It's suitable.
You're too Claire.
I go from the cool robot like wrestler to like the nagging mother from the 50s.
As you make your way further down, eventually you find a little place you can set up camp where you don't hear the voices, and it's unlikely that the 2 of you will meet. In fact, it's unlikely that you'll find them again now, since you've gone through so many tunnels, which turn more and more to Swiss cheese with many runny streams going every which direction. In some places, the water even flows upwards slightly.
I don't think water's supposed to do that.
It can do weird stuff. Water does what it wants to.
I mean,
True.
above ground, water always just goes down. That's how water works.
Yeah, but this is magic.
This is a place where everything seems to do whatever it wants, yes. To the point that you've had multiple watch shifts where rocks just randomly start tumbling. This whole place is alive on a geological scale. Oh well. You'll probably never get caught in a cave-in.
I don't much care for this.
The final day of travel. The Shusha is already up and about, sensing the air. He believes that you only have but one day before you will see where he lives, and you will see the beautiful village. It is a humble place, but with plenty of fish and with good supplies. After all, a place that can reliably acquire a large amount of fish, aka meat supplies, would probably do quite well in an underground society where meat's at a premium. Hunting's hard when you can only see like 10 feet ahead of you because of corners and twists and turns.
This would be good for our little group and for our little friend. Looks at the ferry. Looks at the goblin. For the goblin.
The fairy is laying across his shoulder, bored out
God,
of her mind.
God, I could go for some fish.
Yeah, like, like
Been
doesn't think she's ever seen a fairy eat meat.
Much of your
I
food has
know.
been excessively dry things, yes. And all the water down here tastes kind of metally. You know, like high mineral contents. On the plus side, a fairy should get your iron and your magnesium for the day.
Probably carbon.
Zoinks. Reinforced steel for your water.
That just doesn't sound tasty.
On the
Drink
8th
enough of it and the fairy just gains, like, magneto powers.
on the 8th day.
Okay.
Could.
On the 8th day, as you make your slow and steady descent down yet another one of many passages. Rocks, mushrooms, stalagmites and stalactites. At first it might have been a lovely guided tour, but by now the features are... Well, after 8 days of walking continuously through caverns, I imagine that you've had your fill of most mundane features of caves that most people like to marvel at. Especially the chasms, which you've had multiple close encounters with. You're not going to stay lucky forever.
Haha,
just
sucks
rock.
for everyone who isn't me.
That is a very, very hoity thing to say for someone who knows that there are areas here where magic doesn't work right.
Look,
I've probably forgotten about him already.
she's being hopeful, you know?
You know, that's exactly what people say when they decide, you know, I'm going to fly over the chasm. And the GM is like, okay, how wind resistant are you? It's like, I'm not a parachute. I'm like, no, I'm talking how resistant are you to the wind fucking blowing you away, good sir. You're flying over an open chasm in a mountain range. This is a wind gully, you idiot.
Yeah, those things like
Whee!
vacuums.
Man,
It's like,
as
oh,
someone
there
who's
goes
walked
that
in like city gullies, I can't imagine what an actual fucking mountain range would be like. Ugh. Point is, as you're slipping and sliding on a banana peel, what exactly was the marching order again? I know that Ashling and, or at the very least Tanya was going to walk in front.
I usually hang around Tanya.
Mm-hmm. So you're all up front.
Yeah, it'd probably be like second or third.
I've
depending
got
on
one more
where
question
we-
for you, and that's about light sources. What light sources do you have readily available again?
I have a few torches, and I randomly cast fairy fire on Tanya so I can look around.
We also have that,
barrel of
glowy
mush-
mushroom.
Oh yeah, we have that thing that I probably tied to the back of Tanya.
This feels like a StarCraft item now. Or not a Starbound.
It's just a straight light on legs.
They claim to have this, but I don't see the inventory, and that's kind of concerning. Should keep the
Maybe
inventory up
Volvo's-
to date.
It was the thing we came up with near the end of the last session.
I know what it is, because I have the complete notes as to what you're talking about. I'm just saying, you know, maybe keep your shit up to date so that you know what you have. Okay, so Tanya has the 15-foot glow light flashlight thing. Maybe we should like glue it to stool or something. Like in Dutch, it's called sticking. Let me see. What's it?
Language is so weird.
Oh, it's just called cutting or striking when you attach a plant to another plant and they go brr, 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 and grow together like a bunch of fucking weirdos.
I think grafting works as well.
Yeah, grafting.
Yeah, I think crafting is what we used for it.
Point is, during this particular, gosh, I imagine actually the dwarf has no dark vision in the setting, so she'll be close to you. Everyone else is just like hanging in the back, like the little ploppies of the little baby mushroom behind you.
Yeah. I'm probably far in the back to make sure nothing sneaks up on us.
If you don't have dark vision, I wouldn't recommend being too far away from a light source.
Still, if they're gonna attack anything, I'd rather it be me and not a non-combatant.
You're
That,
small.
that's actually fair. Should have, flank on both sides. So I'll go in the back too.
Two sneaky people.
It's also good to make sure the goblin doesn't like sit on the baby mushroom or anything.
Point is that as you're slipping and sliding your way down, you come to realize that your inability to see things well before they see you has had its downsides. There have been plenty of times where you have been, on some level, startled by an animal that you were pretty sure was a rock, or just some random scraps on the ground. And that scuttled away once your light touched it, so all you saw was this shadowy shape in the edges of your vision just slither away. Really adds to that mentality that everything down here is just doing whatever the hell it feels like whenever it can. Then there's the fact that as you've gone closer to Sloop Bloop, there's been this increase in very distant chanting. Shushar insists you that it's perfectly harmless. But, you know, when you're walking down a dark cave and you can only see like 30 feet ahead of you, distant dark chanting, I imagine, doesn't sound all that hopeful no matter who you are. Unless you're
Yeah,
like a clerk. I imagine the clerks are like, yeah, man, shit's good. Thumbs up.
Some
Like, how
creepy
far-
shit.
How far out will we hear the chanting from Shloopludoop?
Well, at this point, he insisted we're about an hour or so from there. Like, you're close.
That is a deep echo.
Well, you know, I imagine you've already been in places where the sound gets dampened by the amount of mushrooms around, and other places the acoustics seem just right, as if you're walking inside of a giant cochlea. You know that?
Cloaca.
No,
Oh,
cochlea.
cochlea.
The
The
ear.
thing in your ear.
Yeah.
Not a cloaca, definitely not
Very
that.
different, Bella.
Beans, beans, the magical fruit. The more you eat, the more your cloaca poots.
Can I try to understand what the sound is using Arcana? Like what they're chanting about?
Actually, I'd sooner say this is something for religion.
I don't have that one. I'm not trained.
Is anyone in this party trained in knowing words?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
religion?
check, but I'm
No.
very sure no.
Grew up in a bog,
Literally,
so-
no one here has religion. That's not going to bite you in the ass when fighting a demon horde.
Yeah, I'm an expert in Arcana.
Oh.
My religion against
Yeah.
demons is my hands.
Oh, by the way, one quick thing that I just remembered last time. I don't think you level up, but there's a what's that button? Cannot level up. No, class is found. That's goofy. Not think you leveled up. But oh wait, you did to level 4, right? A bit ago.
Yeah.
Are all your
Uh,
features in place that you intended to get?
The only one was the one I just told you that I forgot to get.
And also that
I
you
forgot to
applied
give
your free proficiency, be it a language or tool or skill or expertise if you want to upgrade one that you already have, and your ability score increase.
I did that already.
Just
I'm
making
pretty
sure.
I did
I did the ability score increase. I
Just-
took the 1 point, did 1 talent.
I forgot my actual distant teleport. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I should probably have the sphere page open. I really like that it's just a web page full of the sphere's information. I really recommend.
The wiki.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, the wiki dot. I'm glad I found that.
It's.
It's definitely faster than the
The
PDF.
book.
I mean, I like the PDF, but I bought it. I own it. Get off my back.
Oh yeah. And I put my proficiency bonus into nature.
I did mine into history, I think.
I know about
Yeah.
plants.
Which makes sense for a fairy.
Let's see, distant teleport. Oh, that's pretty cool. Increases to 60, 120. Oh, wow. Oh, that's just the base
yeah,
that
it gives you
increases.
some good range later.
Oh. Let's see. What's that actually like? So it's 20. Okay, 30, 40. It increases by a factor. Oh, that's wow. Okay, that's way beyond that. Wow. Incredible.
Yeah, it's a big buff.
Becomes basically Dimension Door.
And then if I get unseen teleport, then later I can get true teleport and have 1,000-mile range.
Wait, okay, great. Lantern on a stick. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I like that you have this big fucking plant pot to keep it in.
Yeah, that's what it made me think of.
Like I said, just graft it to stool. I'm pretty sure that mixing a fungus with a fungus is going to work out. That's how animal kingdoms work, right?
I mean, actually, one fungus would very likely cannibalize the other.
Listen, does stool look like he cannibalized anything? Look at that little boy. Look at his
That's part of
cheeks.
his survival tactics.
What if it like gets into his brain?
hungry.
Looks at stool.
He's hungry.
Point is, at a certain point, as you're walking down the stream, you come to a horrid realization. Due to your limited visibility, the fact that you're all so closely huddled up, and the fact that like half the party's like glimmering behind you, meandering with their little feeties.
Pap, pap.
A few things happen in relative close proximity. First, Someone in the back says that they hear something off in the distance. Oh my. Okay, listen. Why is Wolverine on a bed?
It's from the first episode of X-Men.
This is the this is the action figure we all needed. Oh. As you step your way down, okay, that threw me off. You find yourself suddenly in the presence of something that's trying to eat you, namely a stalactite that up until, oh my god, it actually has the fucking picture on it too. What? No.
God.
You're welcome.
At the stalactite.
One of the nearby. No, it's more a column. Excuse me. It's a column if it's perfectly upright. Seems to detach and slither towards you.
Oh.
You have like a brief moment before your reflexes kick in because its spiky front, you know, as columns are wont to be made out of, since they're made out of stone, suddenly wraps open into 4 separate tentacles and a big, chubby beak. It sits at the center of this long, snake-like creature.
Great.
As your attention turns to them, you hear the dwarf, and I think Abigail, because she's closest to what's happening, would also hear like a rock push out of place and more slithering happening behind you. And at this point, we're gonna load up the scene.
Gonna zippity doo dah over to a scene.
Wait,
So it's
okay.
happening
What if
in front and behind.
what if instead I roll to put the stalactite back where it belongs and we just mosey on our way?
Just keep going.
I don't know how
No,
much
even
this...
better. Claire, even better. I just point at it and teleport it back where it was.
And just like you put it just back in, like no.
Away with you.
You know, I've started to realize
Stalactite.
why the better NPC sheet was so nice because it kept everything in one place. I wonder if it updated. Well, I can't check it
What the hell
now.
are these things, man.
Point is,
Wait, who's the redhead?
Beaky
That's the
boys.
dwarf.
that's one of the dwarfs
Oh.
with. That's Eldith Filden.
Yeah.
She's the lady that wants all the sweet lemonade. I think I'm gonna content your whole party. You all go out of combat mode. I think I'm gonna limit it just to Stool because he's least likely to get his ass kicked.
Oh no, baby.
Stool is moral support, okay? He's a
I
happy
thought that
little
was the
fella.
goblin's job.
Tanya,
But well,
you are being
Whoa.
attacked by a moving stalactite.
I can't compete with Stool. Come on.
okay, this isn't water, is it?
It's on the edge. It's like really shallow water, but you might slip and slide if you're not careful. You might slip and slide on a banana peel.
All right. Well, I see this one in front of me. I don't like it. Whatever the heck it is, I'm gonna slide on over.
By the way, I got you all a picture of what this thing looks like.
Well,
Oh. Oh my.
doesn't look a lot like a stalagmite.
Well, it did
Okay,
look like.
that's
I think that's the 5e artists not fully understanding what the hell they're doing.
I think I know what this is supposed to be. That art is not what's.
Oh,
what's
actually, no. If 3.5 gets it wrong, I'm just like, yeah, that's just what it's supposed to look like. Although in 3.5, these motherfuckers look distinctly more like those Dark Souls dudes, because they got the head all hangy.
Well, I guess in the dark it maybe look like a little stalactite. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
I mean,
Well,
maybe
yeah,
it has
some of the-
chameleon powers, you know.
Well, I suppose in the dark if it was just hanging there waiting, it would look like little stalactites. But anyway, I'm gonna give it the good stuff.
Its armor
We've been
13
out
class.
hit?
for 8 days.
Its armor class is 14. So
Okay.
as your little
Yeah.
babby fist collides with it, you quickly discover that its hide is a bit thicker than you expected. It flows with the blow, as it were.
Well, I'm gonna stand very still and look at it. How you doing?
What it does is it's gonna whip one of its mighty tentacles at you. Whoopsh.
I don't think that hits actually.
Zoinks.
No, that doesn't hit. Thank goodness.
Zoinks, zoinks, zoinks. Well, in that case, you can't do much else. Oh wait, it has multi-attack? No, that's only if it hits.
That's dirty.
So a little whoopsh clanks off your arbor. The two of you have exchanged blows, but little else happens.
We both do nothing.
Anyway, you got
Still
baby in the
is
back,
amazing.
and baby in the front.
Stomp at their feet.
Oh, this with a little short sword. Tries to provide some gosh darn reinforcements. Huh! You hear a traditional dwarven battle cry as she plunges her short sword into this fiendish foe. Does she have multi-attack? Oh, she does. She gets 2 sword strikes.
Oh,
She
what the?
Yes. Boom, boom. You don't know, unless you speak Dwarven, I can't tell you how many of the words she says are swears or not.
It's dwarven. They all are.
Look, yeah. Honestly, we're in this place. I assume that she's been cursing nonstop.
She's
Shush,
a dwarf.
I do speak.
This is normal
I,
for them.
I do speak Dwarvish, and I'm not going to translate any of that for everyone's good.
Prince Darendil seems to be distracted by the smell in the air. Shushar gives you all a polite little speech about how you could become one with nature and ignore the animals as they ignore you. You know, the stuff that's not exactly helpful given the current context. That are on the back, as well as the other two fine little... You don't know what they're up to because you can't really see them in the darkness. But Ront does try to come on in, but he trips himself over the rocks and is going to take a little bit of time to actually do something.
No.
Great job, genius.
Abigail,
What?
unfortunately your light source moved away, so you couldn't see this thing up until a moment ago.
Hey.
And as such, it hits you squarely in the back of the
Ow.
head.
Ouch.
Bonk.
Bella, what is the highest of your Constitution save, athletics, or acrobatics?
That would be athletics.
And what is the modifier?
+4.
In that case, it hits you, and then it immediately tries to throw all of its weight on top of you to try and pin you to the ground. But it fails.
Oh.
Abigail.
Oh. I'm gonna say no to that, but let me see how I'm gonna say no to that. I'm just gonna hit it. Well, yeah, I'll just hit it for now. Good ol' alt click. Slash.
Ow! The creature lets out a shriek that is not dissimilar to 2 pieces of sandpaper scratching together.
Unpleasant.
Yeah, it's very bad
And-
on the ears when you're this close.
For bonus action, I'm just gonna scout it. I don't remember if it does anything beneficial, but I'll scout it.
Learn all the thingies about it.
Or was it perception?
Alright, what a scout. Bonus action, you can attempt to scout the target. Well, go ahead and give me that check.
Alright. Investigation or wisdom? Investigation, thank you. Nope. It was just something to do as a bonus action.
Well, one thing you do that I forgot, that I probably shouldn't have forgotten given how important it is given this context, is that it does seem to be very... It's very spongy. You're not sure why, but it really doesn't seem to take as much damage as you think it does. Like, you definitely do hit it, but it's like you're cutting a big old wad of lard that's also, like, growing back slightly. Oh, Eldith, you have your own turn. Well, I guess that's fair enough. We'll get rid of that. There you go. You're out of there. Kenny.
Okay, I'm gonna start by using my bonus action to faint, except I'm gonna give Tanya advantage on the next roll.
If it's
Why
me,
not?
I get super advantage.
I'm gonna move first, but the game's paused, so
It's not. It's one of those delightful glitches that happens every once in a while. That I really wish I know what causes it so I can fix it. But I think it's just connection things. Like, the further you live for me in terms of physical distance, the more the game just goes...
I was gonna move over behind Tanya and do that.
I don't
And
know.
then
I don't know how the netcodes of Foundry works, but I really wish is that it has a stronger refresh reinforcement policy internally to ensure that this stuff doesn't happen as much.
Well, are you giving
Mm.
me advantage? Or are you gonna give Aisling advantage because she's up next, I think.
Or herself.
If Iceling's up next, I'll give her advantage, and then I'll use a spell point and my action to bring out my friend.
Noise.
Oh no.
Use that puddle of water.
The water nearby seems to animate and condense into an. Well, where do you want him?
Probably over there.
Rising from the water is a delightful individual.
By the
Gets a
power of
swing
the
at it.
sea.
Well, I mean, there's not a lot of sea down here, but there is a lake nearby, so we can count it.
Oh, he's fluffy.
He gets random adjectives. Who knows what he is next time? Aisling.
Okay, so now that I have advantage, I'm gonna use a spell point to do 2 targets with my destructive blast.
Well, wait.
Using destructive blast, drowning. There's a purpose to this for next turn. But I can target both of them with advantage. And I get to re-roll the lowest die because of my fencing school.
Zoinks.
Or I just take that critical, you know.
Zoinks. Okay. So what's this about? Reloading the lowest die and everything?
Under the fencing skill,
Mm-hmm.
I have fatal thrust.
Yes.
So if I have advantage on an attack roll, including a spell roll, I can re-roll one of the 2 advantage die if I feel like it.
I'm just gonna double check that because I'm actually. That does feel like the crossbow expert. Whoops, we made a mistake, or we didn't want to make. The funny thing is, I really think this is like just an admission of whoops. Gosh, what is it? So they actually did make crossbow expert for wizards. Let's see. So what exactly do you got going on? Fatal thrust. What is it?
When making a melee attack, including spell attacks, has advantage, you may re-roll one of the 2 attack roll dice once.
Wait. I think it means a melee spell attack.
I mean, it doesn't matter in this round, but
Fatal thrust when you make a melee attack. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Well, you already got a critical, and it's also not a melee attack.
yeah, unless I'm in melee.
Who are you
range, I can
blasting?
treat it as one. Both of them. I spent a spell point on that.
Is this twinning, or do you fire twice?
Let me have a look. I actually have Ray pulled up right now.
With Ray, you have to roll again, I think.
It just says you shoot 2 rays.
Well, then I think you have to roll twice for each. It's basically like Eldritch Blast, where you go pew, 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 pew.
Well, let's roll again.
Pew pew pew.
The one without critical is going to be the one that's going for Tanya.
Okay. One quick thing. Disadvantage. Okay, they're just wet. Well, it's already wet because it's splashing in the water, so nothing happens there. Your blast seems to be significantly more effective than the little swords were. Pew, pew. Oh my goodness, this guy's punk. What is it?
Real quick,
Hey, it
Safi,
gives me
I have
advantage.
I have a question to ask. Didn't I get the the exemplar feature?
Excellent. What is the fuck is it, Claire?
That's the boast that where your allies within range have advantage on their next attack roll, grapple, or shove.
Ah, yes.
Uh,
Oh, it's you're exempt from being an exemplar. Let's take a look. But don't forget, Claire, this is a reaction that you have to use, and you can use it when your boast triggers. Yeah, because it doesn't have
Well,
any
yeah.
triggers of its own.
Which for some reason my boasts are gone. Oh wait, no.
It's under base gladiator. Claire. Anyway, since you have a new feature, I'll just quickly throw exemplar in there.
Okay.
You know what I really like? You know what I really like? I really like yelling at you. Dun 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 dun.
There's no yellow.
Target is all allies in range, so that's like 30 feet, I think.
I just gotta
Oh.
be able to boast.
Duration until end of turn. What's the end of your next turn? Yeah, that's how that works. It's more like a round. And I think that's all there is to it. Gotcha. Exemplar. There you go.
Thank you.
Alrighty, tidy then. As I mentioned, another Grick comes darting out. Dart, 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 dart. It too swings a tentacle at a little old Canny.
Okay.
Owie.
Jesus.
And it will try to push and pin you upon the ground after doing its 16 damage. Excellent.
Uh-oh.
You are knocked prone underneath this massive creature as its weight sits atop you. Its beak looks ready to snap and strike. Tanya. What
God,
do you
I
do?
hate these caves so much.
Okay, new plan. Y'all, you three, take care of this one. I'm gonna
We
zip
got
over.
this.
Oh, you got this? Are you sure?
We got it.
We got options.
Are you
Alright,
sure?
well- All right, Goblin, you're okay. You got this. I'm gonna attack the one in front of me then. Yeah. All right, I actually hit it.
You hit it for that marvel. Oh wow, there's a button for quarter damage.
Yeah, like with that
Wow.
sexy lowest roll. So now I can roll a athletics and opening strike, and I grappled it.
He sure is grabbed, nice and firm. Now Claire, don't forget you can boast when that happens.
Yes, and I'm gonna boast and give everyone. I'm gonna use Steel Braggart. Or not Steel Braggart. Exemplar. All allies within range have advantage on their next attack, roll, grapple, or shove for the next next turn. So y'all have advantage.
Now, I'm just gonna lay this one down. For people who have multiple attacks, that means that. Oh yeah, you've lots of allies actually. Now that I think about it, but the Grick doesn't seem to like the fact that it's being grabbed, so it will just keep slapping at you, Tanya.
Okay, wow, it
Got
just
that one through.
yeah, I got that one through.
And then it tries to snap at it with its beak. Man,
Okay, and it yeah, just back to back.
TPK. TPK.
Back to back.
We got this.
I like that you're losing out to some CR2 dudes just because they roll like crazy.
yeah, it's
Welcome
perfect
to the
roll.
world of
Love it.
bounded accuracy.
Love it. Okay, how much damage did I take there? 14.
21.
Mm-hmm.
Go, Stool.
Stool isn't gonna be much of a help.
Save the day, Stool.
Well, this woman gets a solid swing at. Runt with this big chandelier.
He's still holding that thing?
Well, why not? It's he needs a great axe.
It'll do.
Ooh.
I'm
Kenny,
gonna refresh the page really quick.
Prince Darendale comes to save you with a mighty charge. Let go, you foul braggart! Boom!
Nice roll.
Shushar keeps going on because it takes a while for him to do his whole speech. His speech is not 6 seconds long.
You know, I like you a lot more when you're saving my life, not just being a stuffed shirt, buddy.
Takes that like as a weird compliment.
Jim Jar in the back. It's like the man.
Man.
What would you do? What would you do without me?
Pew.
He helps Tanya out a little bit there because Tanya seems to be splashing water all over, and he feels for you getting all wet like that. You know, getting covered in cold water can't be too pleasant. Meanwhile, I got girl Boopy though was just encouraging you, yelling, yes, kill for me. Kill them all.
Please don't make this weird.
And I don't think he's going to do much about that. The logical grill. The real logical grill.
Wicka wicka wick.
Whoopsh.
Bloody
Again,
hell.
too.
That's for you, lady. And again, he's going to try to push you down. Get you where he wants you. Ooh, look at all those crits.
Man, look at these crits happening. What's that? What's that? 5 now in the same fight for the enemies only so far?
Yeah, I got one.
Oh yeah, you got one. Yeah. So
The dice
Abigail,
are rolling hot.
Luckily, your friend is an exemplar, and you have advantage on this attack roll. You're also on the ground.
Yeah, I'm
You have
annoyed.
advantage.
I'm gonna spend 3 cute spell points right now. First one on striking, so I can deliver it through my blade, which is that, and the other 2 is for steal time, which I will deliver through my blade.
A whole bunch of shit happens at once.
Oh wait,
You have
it should be
advantage.
at
Click the plus button on the attack. Thank you.
Yep.
Well, I think that counts as a magical attack, so,
and I'm using the second augment. If the target fails, their saving throw, you also gain additional. You succeeded.
You steal an action, but they succeeded.
teeny.
they like flex at you and just like
I was so excited for a double action.
steal the Grix dice then.
I'm just gonna kind of shuffle around here.
Also, am I held down by it, or could I have moved?
It's like physically pinning you to the ground, yes. You can't move.
Okay, so
And then I'm just gonna use the advantage to stab this. Do you hold? What button do you hold to roll with advantage?
Control or shift, it's one of the two.
Shift
Okay.
click.
Shift click. Alright. There we go.
Were you hitting this guy?
Yeah.
Gonzo.
And then I'll use my bonus action to have my water elemental attack the other one. Just need to get this sheet open.
Heck yeah. You're gonna have to go to features for the attack.
Yeah. How does that work? Okay, that's later. I think does it count as an ally for the boast?
Yeah, I think so. You're friends with it. Your friend of your friend is your friend.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not magical yet, so the Grick absorbs the blow with surprising blubbery efficacy. Lady Lass, what do you do?
So I fly over here. I use a spell point again to target 2 things, and I have advantage on my roll. So I'm going to use my Ray Scorching this time to target both of the active Gricks.
It's like some kind of scorching ray.
And this one's for the one close to me, which counts as a melee attack, because I can choose to do that. So I get to re-roll one of those.
Excuse me, can you do that? Because this doesn't tell me that you can do that.
Under destruction, it said that you can choose to make destructive attacks as...
Oh, let's take a look.
Yeah, you can make a melee spell attack instead, if it is within your natural reach.
Melee. That is the only... Oh, yeah. That's just... Why would that be under Ray?
I don't know, but it is.
Well, Ray, I guess.
So I'm
What
just
kind of
gonna-
blast are you using with this?
Scorching.
So what does that do?
Scorching does fire damage, plus it does additional damage equal to my proficiency bonus, so 2 damage on top of that.
Delightful.
And
does it have a rider effect?
if I spent an extra spell point, I could make them exhausted,
Huh.
but I didn't. So I'm gonna roll 1 more destructive blast for just the hitting roll. Okay, so that didn't work out.
Wah, wah. Look at that double one.
And I'm going to use my martial focus to do a melee attack on the one that is adjacent to me.
Rude.
Because I am a mage knight. And I'm not hitting.
No,
There's
you're
the
not.
double one. Stares
That's-
at the other side.
Still, I did
Two-
some damage to that one you're fighting, Claire.
This one's a punk.
This one is a punk.
The creature decides that it's had enough of all your tomfoolery, and it decides to start slithering away. How fast can it go anyway?
I thought I was about to say. I thought like it actually talks and reveals that it's the same class as Bella.
It's a prodigy.
I'm gonna hit it as it leaves.
I think all of us are gonna hit it.
It pulls at the time wizard staff from Yu-Gi-Oh. Time magic.
Time roulette, go!
I couldn't target it because I already left, but
Critical.
Kenny, you get sneak attack on that.
Oh yeah, forget that I have sneak attack.
That's a good sneak attack.
I really don't like how it asks me if I want to apply crit damage. That's so goofy.
I mean, do you want to let the players actually?
Can you
damage
give me-
it?
I mean,
and some creatures are immune to criticals, so
well, I understand the whole, oh, you want to mix up. But then you just add a button that just removes critical damage, something simple like that. Kaboomso, kabamso. Tanya,
All right.
you got this
Can I
thing
go on-
grappled.
Yeah, I got it grappled.
It just got hit by a laser.
Yeah, just got hit by a laser.
Suplex.
Yeah, I'm a suplex it. With the. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Pile driver. Excellent. Well, go ahead.
And I got it. I roll up advantage with my cestus, right?
Do you have, why would you have, I mean, I guess you would. Would you qualify for your own boast?
Well, no, I mean I have it grappled, so that would be advantage, wouldn't it?
There's a special thing you have to take for that to work. Normally, grapple doesn't get you that.
That's weird. Oh wait, no, I got to set them up. What?
That gives you extra damage.
Right, I'm dumb. Okay, I'll just roll. It's fine.
Oh, if only you had like anything that could help you with that.
Like a hero point, but
I'm gonna
Claire.
hero point that. Yeah, I'm gonna reroll
Wait,
that.
some of us got hero points from rolling ones, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. you,
Like I got
have,
one.
But yeah, I'm a hero point. Okay, cool.
Zoinks. Poor Claire. Poor
Yeah,
Claire.
Look, it's fine. Rolling multiple sevens in the same campaign, in the same encounter's fine.
It tries to get rid of you, Claire.
And I'm down. Nice. Okay, cool.
Wait,
This is-
how did that take you down?
well,
Yeah, you're at 16.
it doesn't roll below 10 ever, so it just. I'm at -1,
Elvis.
and it put me to 15. Why? -1.
because you're typing -1.
Oh, right.
Why you like this, Claire?
I'll just put it 0 because.
Why are you like this, Claire? Abigail.
Yep. Just gonna run in. Dap, dap, dap. Jumping over these stalactites. Or mites, because they're on the floor. Yeah. Gotcha. Alright, I get a hero point. Well, I'm gonna use a hero point, actually, to give myself advantage, because no. And no, I don't get... Okay.
Oh, well. Kenny.
Man, these Lords of the Underdark are rough.
Alright, I'm gonna have my water elemental get in there with Slappy.
Whoopsh.
Hold I don't think I can get in range. So I'm just gonna kind of mosey around. And yeah.
The creature looks like it's about to squirm its way out of here, but perhaps you can get it before it leaves.
Wait, what's the button to target it?
I think it's alt click.
Alt click.
It's alt click.
Okay, they changed how the targeting visually appears. It's confuzzled. Okay, I'm gonna spend one more hero point, taking my not hero spell point, taking me down to 2 to get advantage for guided strike. And I'm going to once again shoot a scorching laser at its forehead. It took down my big friend.
Pew pew. Ka-pew.
Yay.
Ah. It's got 1 hit point left. Ha 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 ha.
Wait. It might not.
What would that be?
Yeah, it takes 2 more damage. It takes my proficiency bonus from using scorching.
Terrifying. Well, in that case, we're done.
Sizzle,
Yeah.
sizzle.
And then I fly right over, land next to Tanya, and slap her with some healing.
Boop, boop, boop.
Okay, how do you heal?
Calm.
I have Cure, because I have that one thing that gives me access to the early life sphere abilities.
Didn't we lose that?
I keep a lot of my stuff not on me.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Remember, I halfway cheat.
And I'm gonna mimic that and just heal up Canny while you're
It takes
doing
a
that.
spell point.
Yeah, I'm gonna use stuff like heal up Canny.
Okay, so Claire gets
1d8.
it's 1d8 plus your key ability modifier.
Okay,
So
so
Claire gets 6.
okay.
Boom.
So you're conscious.
Congratulations.
I'm sorry, my friends. I suddenly forgot every one of my abilities of combat against the
I'm
slug.
also gonna take one of my healing potions out for you as well.
Canny gets 9.
Just pour it right on top.
I am in love with these rolls.
Bink.
They were really impressive. I think you're impressing all the cool kids.
Do you have a healing potion, Abigail?
No, I didn't have anything on me because all my stuff's stolen.
Here's a healing potion for Abigail. Wow.
Yeah, like, sorry, look, you're not a goddamn Drick, fairy. Dude, that's so stupid.
So that 4 was for me.
Yes.
Is there a way to get like hero points from failed potions?
Well, that's not a D20 rule, so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pat my water elemental friend. Pat, pat.
Splish
Still,
splash.
at least you're mobile, metal friend.
Yeah, I'm at 20, so it's not bad.
well, you have a moment to thyself in this cold, dark, wet place.
When you look
Well,
over,
that's
you
right.
notice Ashleen is casually putting the jars into her interdimensional portal from the potions.
He keeps cookies in there.
Shut up! You shut up about those.
Oh yeah, that's a fair point. You cast a lot of spells during that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the wild magic. You remembered because of the cookies, didn't you?
Yes.
Cookies, cookies, yum 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 yum,
Now everyone's just looking at Aisling. Cookies, cookies.
yum 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 yum.
I've never even had that happen.
Yeah, the only time wild magic affected it was a
Just slowed
downside
me
for you.
down. So that was fun. Y'all okay?
That was
That-
not fun.
Yeah, you have a weird definition of fun.
I mean, I'm okay.
Powerful beasts in the Underdark.
Is there anything that can be salvaged from the body itself?
I think. Like, are you asking? Like, are they tasty?
Well, yeah, probably if they
extent.
had meat.
We're probably
people eat
close
dead
enough to town
things?
that doesn't really matter.
Oh yeah, Aisling doesn't. You know, she eats cookies.
Well,
As Tawny did point out, you'll notice Ashleen has never eaten meat in front of you.
medium creatures can be extracted for about 16 pounds of usable food if you manage to not screw up the extraction process.
What's the extraction
try that.
process skill check? Is that nature?
Survival.
It's probably survival. Yeah.
I could try that.
Well, before you start playing Butcher Abigail, is there anyone of our party who's actually good at that?
Nope.
I'm trained in it.
Oh well. Yeah. I meant like if the dwarf knew something about it, or the fungus.
The fungus among us.
Hell, the orc might know
Fungus
survival. You know how to
amogus.
extract meat from a dark lord. Oh yeah.
Since
there
apparently
you go.
all you're good for is taking a beating, the dwarf will take care of some of the extraction for you.
Wow, that did not hurt my self-esteem at all. In fact, I'm gonna walk away.
This process will take some time, however, since, you're stripping a whole medium creature and are trying to make sure that you got everything. Want to get the bones out. Which is to say that you'll have some time to take a short rest.
Yeah.
I don't want to be there because I don't like looking at this.
Pink.
It's okay, Aisling. You can have a nice steak of one.
Wait, this gives you back all my spell points.
Short rest?
It says primary, secondary resources.
If you look very carefully, you'll notice that your spell points have a long rest requirement.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't even use one because I didn't take any damage. I did get my martial focus back, though.
The stairs at that roll.
Spell point
Game?
is rolling hit dice. Short rest.
Delightful. Don't forget you have 4 of such hit dice. Spend them as you need them.
I
It's
am
been
going
an
to
hour.
eat this thing.
Oh,
I have
Yeah,
2 of
second.
them, so
Why
I get
do
a
I
couple
only
spell
have-
points back.
If it's been an hour, then my elemental goes away.
actually, it's only like 10 minutes. I think I lowered it.
Oh, okay.
Probably would have made a note of that somewhere, but I'm dumb.
Stinky.
Danky.
Yes, I actually have candy, by the way.
Tasty.
Oh, we
candy.
know. We know you
Tasty
little
candy.
little like, what's the thing that like hoards snacks?
As you take your little
Squirrel.
break, sitting around,
Yeah.
having some pleasant conversation, during which, again, Shushar tells you that animals shouldn't attack you if you just unite your soul with nature.
I am made of nature, and it was going to attack. Wait, it didn't attack me.
Well, it's normally quite quiet inside these underground caverns. You suddenly start to hear sounds coming from 2 directions.
Ashleen is extremely confused about uniting your soul with nature and why she was the one not being attacked.
From the south comes the sound of splishy splashes, of wet, soggy footsteps. From the west come sounds of groaning, dragging footfalls, and crisp shoes like you would wear in an office, clacking against the stones.
Candy. I just instinctively hide. Just scary noises.
And scary they will be. Forth from the south will come a horde of fish, and from the west will come a horde of drow.
I don't care much
Oh.
about the fish, but those other guys, screw those things.
A horde of fish.
Sushar will see his fellow compatriots and starts talking into the darkness, which you can't see into, so you're like, who is he talking to? I mean, I imagine you can catch the glimmers of light that reflect like a... I still need someone someday to explain to me why you can see a light in a mirror, but you can't see the light in the wall next to the mirror, like how that's supposed to work. But emitting light reflection and absorption and all that kind of density crap. Um, yeah, that's probably it actually, because light shines directly to your eye.
I was gonna say it's probably it.
Well, listen. Unlike Claire, I'm only a little smart. Who is Claire being very dumb? But you can definitely see like some shimmering shapes in the distance.
Do I shoot lasers?
Shushar becomes increasingly nervous, something you don't normally see, because at first he talks like high and mighty, like "Hello, my fellow fish folk. I have brought with me visitors to come," and his tone drops like "I brought friend," because they aren't stopping, and they're getting closer. And that's apparently not how they do things around here, because, his hands drop from this high, praise the sun, like hello position, to a more close to his chest. What is going on? They're moving very, very diligently towards us.
Hey, buddy, I don't think those guys are friendly.
And then over to the west, you suddenly hear someone shout, "Ah, there they are! The prisoners!" Yes,
Jesus.
yes, I see them too.
Oh, come
Little
on.
minions, go and fetch the rabble.
Guys, I think we should probably get out of here.
Okay, guys, water bending time. I'm gonna make a way for us to get the hell out of here.
There's one slight problem.
So,
You're in like a unidirectional cave, and unless you want to jump down a random chasm, there's not many ways you can go.
The way
Okay, back to the drawing board.
So wait, are the fish friends not fish friends, and the drow work, or the drow working with the fish friends?
I think the part where the fish start yelling something about the two-headed lord is where Shushar goes, "Oh no, that sounds bad."
What is? I don't know what that means, Shushar.
Well, he
So-
hasn't been home in like at least a few weeks.
What, they founded a whole new religion while you were gone?
That would suck.
So can I make a fog cloud in the way of the drow to try and give us some cover?
Well, how big is this big old fog cloud?
We can cast more than one, I believe. Let me get down to it.
I think they shoot like a anti Eichling net.
So I can make a 10-foot one at a time.
Wait, this place has a grid, right? What? This place has a grid. Why can I draw a temp? Why can I draw this thing freeform? What? This is so
Wacky
goofy.
fun circle.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it feels like to me. Yeah, this is about what you can make. Oh wait, you can see that. This is about what you can make. It's not much, but it's honest work.
Well, it's enough to distract people.
And like, is there only like 2 potential exits, or is there like 3?
What do you mean 3?
Like, we know there's the fish guys coming from the south and the drow coming from the north. Is there a way to leave from another direction?
You know, how would you know that?
All
How would people
Almost.
normally learn such information?
Well, what was one of the guy? Was the guy that ran going north or
South.
probably died by the fisherman? Oh boy. Let's see what to do.
So yeah, if the drow are coming from up here, from
Well,
the fog, I'm going to put the cloud right there.
Yeah, we sure as hell aren't going back to the freaking drow. Those people sucked.
Yeah. Not a fan of being in a cage.
Plus, they're also still calling us prisoners despite us having escaped honestly a week ago. So they're getting a little clingy
Like
for my
8
taste.
days.
Yeah, they're getting a bit, I don't know, stalkery.
I should
Anyways,
pull up.
I made a wall up there so they can't see us too well right now. You guys might want to think of a plan.
As you throw up a fog cloud, you start to hear the clatter of crossbow bolts.
Haha, they can't see us. That means they can't hit us very well.
Hey, fish boy, quick! Which way's the town? We need to get there. Even if it's filled with these nutcases,
South.
then let's
Did
charge
he just
south.
literally pull a south at us?
We'll push through the angry mob and then
Well, they
don't
don't
know,
seem
take
angry. They
cover.
seem like they're
Bolty.
yeah, they're bolty. They're not having a good time. But you know
Yeah,
what?
that was the drow. The fish guys, let's just try to run past them.
take our
I got-
chances.
I saw this in a gladiatorial match when things went south. Abigail. Tanya
Yeah.
does this. She does a thumbs up at you. Just do this and run.
Wow. That's a lot of dice. Aisling, they're getting close enough that it's they're about to start entering your field of view, as it were. Or as Ordis would say, are you enjoying the view?
Is that a pond? No, it wasn't. So,
Gonk.
the place I put it, do they have to go through my fog cloud or not?
Probably, unless they want to slide down that little ledge. Draw, however, have spectacular dark vision, so they can probably already see you if they're anywhere able to shoot at your allies.
Unless they're going through the fog cloud, in which case it's heavily obscuring.
Yes.
All right, so we're heading south because that's a lot of boys.
Let's see. Hey, what would happen if I use Cold Snap on my fog?
I don't think your friends currently inside of it would appreciate that.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell them to get moving.
Additionally, I think it would just make it all turn to water again.
Yeah, it'll probably be like hail.
Like, it's not enough to be a solid structure.
Well, I wasn't thinking it'd be a structure. I was thinking like make something slippery on the ground.
Yeah, it might just be like powdery.
Just
Or
get
something.
grease. Pretty sure there's a
So,
grease spell somewhere. It's the best spell ever.
It's the only spell you need.
Okay. Okay, so I really just need those people to get the hell out of my fog cloud. Oi, tosses, get out of the fog. Come on, moving.
In 5e, you can't delay your turn.
I get delayed my turn.
You can't delay your turn in 5e.
Oh, okay.
They got
so
rid of
that's
that.
the problem.
And all you can do is ready.
Okay, then I guess I'm gonna ready my scorching ray for the first person that walks into my vision range. That's an enemy.
Delightful. Was that? Listen, I need to know if that was disadvantage or not. Okay, that was disadvantage. It's just that he. Okay, how do I delete this one in particular? I don't know. I can't because it's compiling everything. Hilarious. A crossbow bolt flies from the dock and strikes against the drow in your party, who fails his con saving throw. I think he just falls unconscious because he's hit with drow sleep and poison. So your mopey bopey boy is poisoned and unconscious on the ground. You hear a.
You went down on one hit to a 10?
It's the poison that got
Oh, he
him.
got poisoned.
Yeah, he's asleep.
Oh.
Like, I can't show you the fucking text because whoever made this is an idiot who doesn't understand what secondary effects are, but it's all undercommon.
I mean, I can see it.
I'm gonna sit scrolling through all the text too. Does he have multi-attack? Well, only with short swords. I don't get that with monsters. It's like, oh, it gets so many attacks. But only with my one weapon and the other one doesn't. Alrighty, tidy then. The fish boys move up. Man, Shushar really is the pretty one, Annie. I don't get this. I honestly don't get why a lot of 5e's adventures, they make things that don't look like what they are. Like the Quaggoths, for example. You got Darendil. He doesn't look like a fucking Quaggoth. Shushar doesn't look like a fucking Kuatoa. I mean, they're resembling in theme, but not like in shape and form, and I don't like that. It's like you're taking a lot of artistic liberty for something, and then I have to put up with these fucking tokens. With these obvious fish-headed boys. And this guy looks like a frog!
It might just be like the angle.
Listen,
Gotta make the humany ones look humany.
listen. People can't like anyone that doesn't look like a human. We're not racist. You are racist. Anyway, enough of that conversation. You know what? Let's go for Jim Jar. Jim Jar's about to put out one fanciful bet when a crossbow bolt flies his way and strikes him. Ah! And
Oh,
he
that
too
would make
falls
a
unconscious.
disadvantage.
Oh yeah, he does.
Great.
Boop.
Also
Marvelous.
max damage.
Cool. You now have 2 unconscious friends. Asleep by this vile poison. Tanya, there's fish up south, and there's bolts of sleeping coming from north.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, I'm all the way over here and running into a fog cloud and sleeping bodies and start. Well, I don't think the darts even do anything to me. I don't really know. So these fish people are aggressive.
Yes, they definitely look aggressive with how they bare their teeth and their spears and their nets and are ready to get ya.
Everyone's ready to get us. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna slide over here.
Shushar so shaken he can't
Great.
even tell you that it's important to stay peaceful or something. Claire, you have 30 feet of movement. If you want, you can just storm right into them.
I don't want to storm into a group of
They're going to swarm you when they get their turns anyway, Claire. This ain't
not if
2E where that makes sense.
I'm gonna do this. I'm
Show me the
master of
goods.
yeah, I'm a master of fear to moralize.
Well, then fucking click the feature so we can see what it does.
Well,
Are you expending your martial focus?
yes.
Claire
that'll
uses demoralize. They must all make a charisma saving throw.
Kind of weird. That's not like I make an intimidate check on all of them. But I don't know.
Yeah, that's goofy. That is fucking goofy. Zoinks. Let's take a look. See who didn't make it. Well, ironically, the frightened one did make it. So this guy's fine. That guy, the frightened one didn't make it. The delighted one made it. And the demonter and one with the whips. I don't know if there's a spook here. Oh, here's a spook. Afraid. Are you one of the ones that made it? You're the delightful. You made it. This guy didn't. I don't know why you can't multiply things like that. It doesn't really matter as long as I get the right amount. So that's 1, 2, 3. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's half and half. A bunch of them are terrified. They can't willingly come closer to you, and more importantly, Tanya, they also have disadvantage on a bunch of things because they're just too scared to fight right. Should probably more like over here than anything. Good old-fashioned Eldest decides to stand right in front of you and help you out best you can with a slick sword. The armor class is 13. Huh. Well, she cuts one down with the 2 quick chops. Rant jumps in as well, brandishing his large weapon of death. Oh man, these guys have HP ranging all over the place. Kaboom! He yells something in an exciting battle cry. Stool spends his action jumping on Jim Jar's head until he wakes up again.
No.
And then
Thank
goes
you,
waddle,
Stool.
waddle, waddle. Boopido yells something. Does anyone here speak Underdark? Or like Dwarf?
I'd speak both.
Then you understand that he's talking in this weird mishmash of both languages. I don't know how familiar you are with like church sermons or anything. How religious?
Probably not at all.
Well, you don't know what he's going on about, but he sure is using a lot of big fancy words that you've never really heard used in this context. Point is, he's giving them the old shouting about. I thought he got spells, but I guess known as Duergar. Who got the magic spells?
A little weird.
The diligent Guto manager. Orders. He cracks a whip that he has and tells them to get the food, get the sacrifice, get them all.
I do not like that.
Man, okay, so we got okay, we're pinned between two jerk off groups. One group is like found religion or whatever and wants to eat people. And then the other side, honestly, I think they just want to blame us for that bird mess. Remember the bird mess that happened when we were leaving?
That was even us.
Well, they're gonna blame us for that. That's what I think they're doing this for.
But we did
Kenny.
nothing.
Yeah, that's me.
Incredible.
I can't see the others, so I can't wake up Drow Boy. But I think I can just get moving, resummon my water elemental.
I think it's still around because it's been like 10 minutes, and if that spell lasts an hour, then it's still around.
Oh yeah, if it's still around, then yeah, I can just have it. What's its movement? 30 feet. Yeah, I can get there. Move there and attack that guy. Pat.
You've got to keep. Where is he? Where is he? What is he doing? Who is he doing?
Yeah, I moved it, but it doesn't seem to want to.
Kabam! That poor guy got a big old clobber of a blob of water. Don't underestimate how much a fucking water bottle hurts, man. Ooh, that's a lot of weight.
Alright, my turn. I gotta remind myself of something, but I just remembered it. Is it? Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna run into these guys since they're grouped up. Actually, no, I actually just group up with the.
You stand on top of a
back.
ledge. They're like 5 feet down below.
Yeah, so I'll just actually get here.
The ideas I have is
Uh-huh.
like we break through these jerks and we just get the hell away from the other.
Yeah, because these guys seem easier than the elites.
Who also seem to have like a little personal army of some trouble with them.
And then I start my sequence with my illusion imbuement.
You hit the guy with a solid whack against the cheek. Oh, yeah, you have the little disadvantage on attacks against you now?
I can make one attack per round. Disadvantage. While the sequence is up.
Okay. This guy already has disadvantage, so he'll just throw his net with disadvantage at the dwarf. She is caught in a net. Restrained, as it were.
It's got a save.
Does she
doesn't
make
it?
her save or only on her turn?
Let's take a la look-see. Wrong sheet. I need to look at the fishman's sheet. He's got the net. Let's see. The creature is restrained. It can use its action to break itself free using such a check. Or if someone cuts
Okay.
the ropes. This guy will throw an at Abigail. Whoosh. Don't forget, it takes 3 full rounds to refold the net so you can use it effectively. Or something like that.
Hey, remember how powerful the net was that one time.
This guy
Your ever increasingly powerful net.
This guy clambers up and goes for Bella in the back. Where is he?
I'll be.
Actually, you know what? He'll be down here and he'll huck a nasty spell up at you.
Pain.
He casts Bane upon, I guess, Tanya, Abigail, and we'll say we'll say Grunt.
Love these max rolls.
No one cared who he was until he pulled out the net.
Of course. worse.
You are baned.
So what does that do?
I got a net and I'm gonna throw it on the
Hold on, let me see what that is. Because I think I want to use my reaction on that.
What reaction do
I
you have?
don't. My mimic.
Oh no, go ahead. Bane is a first level
Oh,
spell,
yeah.
in case you need to know that.
I would need to know that, but it doesn't affect it. So, mimic. Let's see what that does. Second level
Oh,
again.
against the spell DC. Spell DC is 12.
Oh, better remind myself what to roll. The key ability check.
Essentially, roll
Okay,
anything
sorry.
that is your int, or I guess your int saving throw would work.
That.
You learn Bane.
Yes.
Freaking blue mage
I-
over here.
This guy's throwing it
Wait.
on Ront. This guy's down here. Playing a bit fast and loose with the geography. Oh, he doesn't have that. Well, he can always just use... Shield of Faith's fun. But... Actually, you know, it would make perfect sense to bless his boss and then tell his boss to go and fuck him up. Here you go, boss.
Get in there, boss.
Who's the blessed one?
This guy, looks like he's about to run up there and give you all the good old wacko tobacco. Ashling, what's happening up
Okay,
there?
so I can't really see what's going on up here since my light source moved.
Yes. Terrible.
So I'm dropping my concentration on Fog Cloud. And okay, I'm gonna fly my way down here since I can see here. And I'm gonna do two things.
Exciting. What are they?
One is to make things a little easier on everybody here. I can use a spell point and use my Razor Wind on the big one.
The big.
And why is it not letting me mark? The one over here.
Cool. Show me the Razor Wind.
Okay, let's go with Destructive Blast.
Well, you at the very least hit the guy who has the armor class bonus. So yes, you hit the big guy for 4.
And he also now has a -1 to AC for the next turn.
Well, then he only has a +1 in total. Delightful. The drow. You hear their very fine shoes and footwear clack against the ground as they make their lovely little approach, yelling things in... Oh, I think they don't have a drow language. I think it's Elvish and Undercommon. Probably cool
I can
dialect.
understand Elvish.
Then you understand part of the words they're saying. Sort of like, you know, one of those cool Japanese kids using loanwords in every other sentence. Or every sentence nowadays. Then, since Bupido's being such a snarky little fuck, take that, Bupido.
No.
Bupido yells things back at them. Let's see. Hey, Bella. Be glad he's not biting your face off and he's just giving you the old spear stabbing.
Oh, he ain't hitting.
Bupido finds himself face to face with quite a few individuals of the undead persuasion. Tanya, what are you doing?
Hopefully something.
You can hear the sound of bodies falling down a small ledge as the undead are stupid.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Another
But
time.
Tanya's
Ugh.
lied over here. Or wait, no, I would opportunity. Getting a little tight.
Right here, Claire.
I'm just trying to make a wall. So this guy is in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Is he like right behind this ledge?
This guy's right in front of you, Claire. He's not behind
Yeah, I
any
know, but-
ledge.
Well,
You're on
isn't this a
top of the
ledge that I
ledge.
can- Oh, I was going to say if I could shove him down a cliffside or whatever.
You can shove him down a cliffside because you're on top of it.
Okay, I was right. I'm gonna roll strength check, and I'm gonna just kick him right off this ledge. Right.
It is bad roll night.
It sure
Barely.
is, especially for me right now.
His DC is
Okay.
11, so congratulations.
That is amazing. I love it. Plus 6, by the way, in strength.
Could always hero point it.
That you could. That you could. Ront is stuck in the
I
net,
don't want to use
and his chandelier's
literally
bad
every
for
group.
breaking it. Jim Jar, a little nervous about the current proceedings and circumstances, charges on forward, quickly loosens a bolt against the one that you were trying to shove, and you succeed at shoving him, because he's a corpse now.
Okay.
Corpses are not very good at hiding from shoves.
I'm
Corpse-
just hanging out. Yeah.
Anyone else? Well, I guess Shushra and the rest are like scooting up, scooting loot. Prince of Jandil tells these foul fiends to let them through, for they have diplomatic immunity. And they make that topsy-turvy quickly grab onto Bupido and drag his ass backwards. Eh.
Could someone get grumpy?
This monitor climbs up on the heel cliff. And he's got everything he needs. He's got many, many strikes. You know, there's one thing I do like about 2E, and that's that things generally have one big strong attack instead of you making you roll thousands of times and you're just crit fishing at that point. Anyway, this guy's apparently a monk, because he delivers the sick blows. Who's it gonna go for? Well, I imagine this guy's smart enough to realize that Darendil hasn't done anything so far, so he's just like, you know what, actually? Bop, bop, boop.
One of those hit me. Wait, lightning.
For some reason, the second he bites you, you feel an electric go through your arm.
He's got that
I
thunder fist.
disagree with this situation.
He has thunder fists. That's a great way to put it. Thank you. Thunder fists are go. This is for you, dwarf. This fish. I mean, to be fair, all the fish creatures seem to have difficulty keeping their drool in. It's the mouth. Caddy, you have a water boy. Do something.
Water boy is gonna slappy that guy over on the right.
Give him the old slaps.
Pat.
Ow! His head hurts, but he's still standing.
And then I am... It's a good place for me to be. I'm probably just gonna go finish the fight.
The big one has only +1 AC right now.
It'd be nice, but we do need to, you know, get rid of enemies. So I'm just gonna stab the weak one.
Delightful. Alright.
it should
Well,
be
he
one
goes
less
down.
fish.
Congratulations. That's
Can
one.
someone who can see in the dark get grumpy? He kind of fell asleep back there.
Let's see.
Abigail.
That would be Tanya. Alright, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to bang, since I have it, these 3 gents.
Not the big guys with. You're gonna go for the little guys?
Oh, wait, I thought those were the big guys. Alright, then I'll go for the big guys then.
Yeah, this dude is like buffed up, and these guys are casting spells and stuff. so
Let's see.
yeah.
DC
just go
13
lightning.
charisma saves for all. Oh, how delightful. I love charisma saving throws against DC 13.
They all fail.
They all
Good.
fail.
So what's that actually cause?
They take a one
I have
minus 1d4 to all rolls. On attacks, at least. So whenever they make an attack, they have to roll 1d4 and they subtract that from their total.
Attack and saving throws, I think.
Well, would you look at that? The fish are no longer all that spooked, because, you know, that only lasts for so long. They're only impressed with you for so long! So they start stabbing the little goblin. Watch out, goblin. You better do some sick flips.
Kick flips, in fact.
Do those sick flip kick flips. Watch out! Little gobbo! So it begins.
So it begins.
Ooh, this one. Bites and pincers. The poor Prince Darendale. The pincer staff has an auxiliary effect. If the target is a medium or smaller creature, it is grappled.
Grapple.
He's grabbed by this big ol' man catcher, Snippy Snappy. Ah no, I have been gripped. Release me, O foul fiend. I am more powerful than you could possibly imagine, diplomatically. This fish
That's
just...
weird.
This fish is going to try to grab this little gobbo, but fails. This fine gentleman down here throws a spell up at Abigail because you are mocking its divine right to curse you. Whoosh. Dex save, Bella. Do it. Do it.
You could take 1 radiant damage.
Now I could. There you go.
Take no radiant damage.
Also, I'm gonna mimic that too.
Of course you will.
Bella is a
Yeah.
blue mage.
So, feint. Is feint in
Nope, don't get it.
full action or
It
bonus
is a full action unless you take the thing that Canny took.
Okay, wanted to make sure. Okay, time to use some spell points. I am going to use all my remaining spell points. I don't like doing this. I'm going to give myself advantage on my ray. I'm going to use Scorching Ray on the 2 that are currently up on the cliff next to myself and
Please,
the prince.
do not forget you have disadvantage on any range attacks you make while you are melee range of someone else that wants to hurt you. So unless
But the one I use on... Okay, so instead I'll just use Scorching Ray with advantage on the guy next to me, using Scorching Ray's additional effect to give him exhaustion.
mind if I ask why you are getting advantage on this attack?
I'm using Guided Strike.
Thank you. Alright, you decide to slap this boy twice.
So let's hit him with...
Now, if you have advantage and you get
Destructive.
disadvantage with the range attack, you could just hit this other guy with a normal roll, but that's up to you how you want to handle that. Alright, well, you hit him for 3.
I'm also rolling that low one. Just in case they are critical, you know.
Swings.
And he has to succeed a con saving throw.
Well, let's see if he can. Nope.
He is now exhausted 1.
That means that all ability checks have a penalty.
Also, just for the heck of it, he actually rolled a 4.
And then, first off, I actually have to roll my wild magic. Nope.
Zoinks.
And I'm going to get rid of my martial focus to attack him with my sword.
Zing. The drow make their move, getting up onto your poor little emo boy and slapping him in the cuffs. You hear the clicking in the distance, but you only get to enjoy the clicking for so long, because you are being assaulted by some pretty speedy boys. These
Very
drow
purple.
look half rotten, with holes in their cheek and flesh, muscles and sinew hanging out, in some places bones poking through the soft flesh. Their eyes are empty, devoid, sans a flickering light that is filled with nothing but malice and hatred. And they're coming to kill you! As you do. Tanya.
Okay, boy. I'm gonna slide forward.
Criminal.
And actually, is there any reason for me to move? Actually, I should slide over here. Talk to this guy.
Attack of opportunity. Plonk.
Wait, who's attacking of opportunity me? Him?
The guy that was within melee
that
range of
guy.
you.
Okay. And I'm just gonna attack this guy. Or, yeah.
That's what I
Alright,
call one hell of a left hook.
And I'm going to roll athletic. Wait. Yeah, well, athletics. I don't know why I just suddenly forgot how to grapple.
His fishy flesh undulates at your punch, and as he flies off to one side, the other side grabs onto his jowls, giving you a firm grip. Stool and Shushar decide to try and sneak around these boys and slide down the hill. Whee!
Yeah, it's time to get the hell out of here.
Bupido yells and laughs something about being... You think you can send things after me? I am a god! Tipsy and Turvy, they're like, scoot, 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 scoot. They appear to be quite the nimble sorts with how they're able to slink out of combat. And on the way, they shank the guy that they're just walking past, just for kicks.
Just for good measure.
Just because they have the time and the energy for it. They get 2 attacks each on their way out.
And they hit each.
Oh, these guys have armor class 11, so yes, that's a lot of hits as they just do this, I guess, Warframe-esque slide out of there. Jump, jump, slide,
They
slide.
do the old coptering. Remember coptering, Safi?
I remember when Warframe was fun, yes.
Oh my god. No comment.
I swing my cane around like an old man.
And you know what? I'm not gonna say nothing.
Oh, that brings down another foul fiend. Oh wait, he's still stuck in his net. Ron, get out of your net. Stop being in there. He manages to free himself. You fucking loser. Jim Jar. Where would you guys be without me?
I'll be dead at this point.
And he shoots the big guy in the foot. Prince Dandel will try to escape his netting, for he doesn't like being in his netting. And bursts out.
Wait, why is he in a net?
He got netted.
Everybody be getting netted.
I must have missed that.
This guy lays it into good
It's been a while,
old-fashioned Darrendale.
Punch, 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 punch.
Why is he punching Darrendale when I'm like holding him?
Yeah, he's like grisped.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't mean you can't attack someone else.
Oh, okay. This is one of those like escort missions where the enemies like just keep attacking.
Grappling
the NPC you're
Claire
protecting.
is fairly non-specific.
Is he
Oh,
like
so Claire, it's Hunt Showdown with the enemies ignoring you to charge me behind you.
Kenny,
Yeah, exactly.
what do? You got a perfectly good sneak attack target here.
Yeah, that was the plan. Sword.
That's a solid hit.
And
What's the sneak looking like?
Big snake.
Oh.
Yeah, snake.
One single blow to the ankle, and he's already stumbling on his 2 feet as fish goo drips. Drip,
I have
drip.
my friend finish the job.
What an amazing friend. He finishes the job exactly.
Pat.
Exactly.
And then I'll move a little bit further.
Abigail.
Alright.
There's a horde of undead come shuffling from above as your friends take care of these foul fiends and Brinzano breaks free. What do you do? What is your course of action?
What if we had
I
like an
believe-
oil bomb or something?
I believe our plan is to go, so I'm gonna just slide down with it. It's gonna strike this dude. Strike his.
You slide
With
down
his
and take
sword.
all the momentum into your sword. What a devastating blow. Ow!
Nice max damage, Bella.
Also, I'm gonna end my sequence to get a bonus action. Another hit.
Unfortunately,
it
it doesn't
doesn't-
carry into your momentum too well. The fish man wants to take a big old bite out of that orc.
He just nibbles him.
Hump.
You can't attack me. I have sacred flame. Which for some reason, as Does he have multi-attack? Cause if he has multi-attack, that might make more sense. Wait, no, he's gonna
His
capture
fish
these little rats that are snapping at his feet. He grapples one of them, and then we move on.
It's weird how like these Koatoa here and these Koatoa here look like completely different species, and then you got the one dude that we've been following who does look like a little toad man.
Ashling.
John Toadman.
Okay.
I got hit for 6. Okay.
So one of my abilities doesn't list how many actions, which is my geomancy for water, the ability to move water. It just says concentration required.
Let's take a look-see, and then I'll give you the answer right now. What's geomancy? So it takes whatever geomancy is, which is probably just an action.
Okay, because I had a trick I want to do to buy us some time. I want to use my freeze ability to make a slick spot across in front of the drow zombies coming to slow them down.
Okay, that's really funny. Man, if only had some like fire thingy, that'd be hilarious. I actually did this in D&D Online where we like used grease, summoned mummies, and then lit the grease on fire and watched the mummies slide around like on fire, attacking everything.
Is that a thing I can do, or because we were splashing a lot of water around there?
Well,
Or could
yeah,
I freeze it?
this is a pretty
freeze
dank,
them?
wet cave, so yes, you can totally freeze over a little area and hope that they grease, slip, and slide their way out of here. That'll take your turn, though.
Yep, I can actually freeze on them. So if I do the freezing effect where they are,
Mm-hmm.
they must also succeed a dex saving throw.
Ah, delightful.
So them zombies gotta succeed a dex saving throw, or they get restrained.
Oh, you're gonna use it like that. Well, fair enough. I imagine that zombies walking through the wetness wouldn't take particular care to unfreeze themselves. Does this thing come with a... No, I don't want the geomancy fog. I want freeze. I want to see if freeze gives me a dex save. There we go. That makes life hella easy on me, because then I can just push this button. Alright.
Wow.
That's a lot of rolls.
There
That's a
are...
them
lot
at
of them
once.
that are now frozen.
This guy is frozen. This guy is frozen. There's a lot of free movie tickets going around.
Everybody's staring at me from her donut bed like, why is the air conditioner not on, Claire?
Oh,
Why
been
is
a
the
while,
air
Magic.
conditioner not on, Claire?
Because I was letting it like turn off so I could kind of like, I don't know, sweat this fever out.
So yeah, you basically saw Ashleen turn away from this guy and just start doing hand jive motions and just a lot of frozen stuff.
Unfortunately, couldn't see because I'm like trying to wiggle this thing that's like that I assume is like machine gun kicking this one dude. Because I'm holding him and stuff, and he's just like,
The zombies have approached, however, and are now starting to lay into you. Particularly Jim Jar.
Also, accurate gift, Dizzy.
Just grab the orb and throw it back. Tanya, they're coming.
well, I can't, I gotta deal with this boy, so I'm gonna punch him.
Classic move. You have him grappled. Don't forget that.
Well, yeah, I am grappled, which means I do extra damage to him if that hit,
That you do, yes.
and so roll an extra one. Wait, what's the damage again? One moment. I need to make sure, because I'm pretty sure it's 1d4. Yeah, it's
Sushar
plus
and
1d4.
Stu vanish from sight, but you do hear them like they're wait on you.
Oh wait, the damage is already pre-rolled. Never mind.
Yeah, it's right there.
I'm dumb. I forgot about
Look
that.
at that big old water slam.
Come
That's
on
me in
and
the
play,
future.
and welcome to Japan.
Ront is not a snack. And apparently, no, he isn't. As he breaks his entire thing on top of this guy's head. That's
Take
great.
your word for it, bud.
Your fine little lady in the back is gonna clean up the job, and then the two of them are gonna
Gonna book it.
scoot. They're gonna scoot down there. Whoosh. Ront, however, still feels like fighting. Pitts Dandel does not appreciate having been grasped so firmly by such a foul fiend. He normally doesn't like dirtying his claws on business, but apparently the business does not relent.
Yeah, I have an idea for this dude if he's still in my grip by the time comes back to me again.
Does the pincer staff restrain or grapple? Grapple. Cool. Then Topsy and Turvy are gonna unleash the little flurry of blows. Cause hey, you wanna make business, boy. You wanna bring it. You wanna bring it to the table, huh?
They're like, oh, is that how it is? Let's go. They start beating the piss out of him.
I'm just imagining the Weasley twins shanking someone to death in the corner.
It's basically like that, yeah. You're gonna stick it to Harry, man. We're gonna stick it to you twice.
Tanya, since apparently you're so interested in getting your shit kicked in, here you go.
Okay, one of those hits me. Oh
Actually,
wait, no,
Let's see.
2 of those hits me. Oh man, look at them green.
this guy was banged, right?
If he is, then he would have to roll 2d4s. And the second attack misses, so you only take the 9, Claire.
Nice.
This Bane
I got
has been
you.
helping you.
Oh,
I
thank
got
God,
you, Claire.
I got you.
Kitty.
I'm gonna slip down here,
Nyum.
and I think that's a spot I could probably stand on.
His water can stand on many places.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack this guy with me first,
Whoa.
Nice.
and that also gets Snake because it's next to some friends.
Big hit.
Bust his kneecap.
And then Water Friend is gonna attack the one above.
Big man.
Nice.
This is
10,
a
10,
good
10.
turn for Danny.
His head's a spinning. His head's a spinning. Abigail.
Yep. I'm just gonna do my thing and take my swing. Don't take the swing.
Marvelous. Very handsome.
You felt a little inadequate when you were watching the Goblin, just like.
He has been just not doing much with that roll.
No, I take a radiant. Ow!
I guess
mean,
it's
hey,
a flame.
That bro, is
For a
he,
little bit.
is he casting a spell? Does he get punched?
Well, if
Casting
you-
spells doesn't cause attack of opportunity anymore, I thought.
Do you like Sacred Flame so much, Bella? Here you go.
Well, shit.
Here, learn it right up in your face. Oh.
Got it.
Right up in your face, she just catches the spell.
Actually,
You
Okay.
hear like the Star
How
Fox
bad
bounce
off
noise.
is this guy next to us? Pretty bad. Okay.
yes, I honestly want to know why you're insistent on finishing the job, though. There's really no reason to kill these guys when the zombies are this close.
Yeah,
I
get moving.
don't want to get attack of opportunity on my way out by this thing.
Well, look, you have to understand. I'm literally held in place, kind of, unless I can carry this guy.
You can let him go.
I'm
Alright, I
gonna
guess.
do that. I just.
Wait, do I get a spell point for a crits or?
No, why would you
Or
get
on
spell
the
points for that?
Okay, I mean, a
Okay,
hero
so I'm gonna
point, but
just
never
kill
mind.
him and then I'm gonna leave.
You get a hero point for a crit failure.
Okay.
And then I'm like flying right over here.
It's like stab him in the head and leave.
The zombies.
I left
Uh,
some fairy dust for you to follow.
So how does the thing work in terms of like the thing ending? Let's take a look. See.
it remains until they break it, or it melts. Which
At the
is
end of
not
each of their
for much.
turns, they can make a strength saving throw to escape it. Gotcha. I wish I had a cool.
got it.
I wish systems came with cool buttons that are just like, here's the strength saving throw button, and you can just click it, and you can have everyone else click it. But no, you gotta make special links. Point is, they all gotta make one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I think 3 of them are free, but they're still like in the back. So who knows what they're up to?
And it's at the end of their turn.
The elite drow, however, begin to make their move, coming up real close. You know what? You know who makes some appealing targets? Tanya, you make an appealing target.
I know. I've been
Clink.
Wink.
No.
And let's get Mr. Darendil. Nope. Clink.
I like to imagine that they shot it and it hit Tanya like in the head and just the bolt broke and she just looked at them.
The zombie tries to banana slammer you, Claire.
I don't
fails.
care. I'm out of here. I'm gonna leave. You know what? I'm still holding the body.
Sure,
This-
I guess.
Well, yeah, he got killed in my arms. I'm gonna use my instead of. Huh? Look at that.
Careful when you hold on to him.
I'm gonna throw the body and run. Basically, but I'm gonna throw it at this guy. So what is I guess I use my throwing axes tab for this,
Yes.
or okay.
You should just add a general body attack.
A body button.
A medium thrown person.
Okay, who are you targeting with this again?
The guy
This
in
guy
the
right
pool,
here.
everybody.
Delightful. Well, the zombie can't make attack. Oh, I can make. Oh, there we go. Back of the head. And then you throw your body at some point where you're not in melee range of everyone, and then you huck this thing at him, and he gets, whoa, hit by a big old body. What else do you do, Claire?
Well, I'm gonna run down
Book
with.
You
him, book it,
slide
actually.
down.
By the way, how big is the guy I threw? Because it does extra damage depending
Medium.
on the size. 1d8. I did 5, so I mean, I guess it's okay.
Okay, well, Topsy-Turvy are still having a blast beating this motherfucker up. Whoosh.
Just
And then the two of them swoop de whoop out of there. Whoop. Boopito, how good are you with a hooked spirit? 1d6. Ugh, he'll just disengage and get out of here. See ya.
Good plan.
these guys are dicks. And like I said, my idea is that the only reason they chase us this far is that they don't want to take the blame for like the bird attack thing.
Which
Anyway.
again, wasn't our fault.
At this point, I'm going to say that you're all running, aren't you? Or is that a
That was the plan.
misassumption? Well, in that case, we don't really need this map anymore.
And behind us, I'm going to create an ice field once everyone's past the water. 'Cause I can
Delightful.
keep making ice.
You make your getaway not long before the drow descend upon the Kuatoa, which distracts them momentarily. After all, the Kuatoa does not seem to discriminate between their targets, and the drow make as good a sacrifice as any other. As a result, it all works out for you. The delay is long enough that you get some distance that you can, well, attempt whatever hiding or non-hiding techniques that you think are necessary to get the job done.
I'm gonna miss Bane. That was nice.
That was
And
nice.
that one spell that you caught but never got to use.
Yeah, Sugar Flame.
By the way, don't forget to use the hero point dial to count your hero points, because you don't have personal hero points anymore.
Oh, yeah.
There's literally
Where
a
is
big
that?
blue dial to keep track of all the ups and downs for everyone, so that everyone can enjoy each other.
Blue dial.
Where's that?
In the party menu.
Oh, okay.
It's called hero points. It's under candy sheet.
I don't see it.
I
I
don't
see
see it
loot
either.
bag.
Nope. It goes me, then loot bag, then party.
Me,
Apparently,
bag
There
At
it
party.
some point,
is.
at some point, you
There
decide to
There
configure
it is.
permissions.
Nifty.
Oh,
Here.
it's like a pizza.
Yes,
We're playing
Okay,
Trivial
so I
Pursuit
gained
over
one, so
here.
I'm putting one in there.
Dog blink
That is
blue.
neat.
yes.
Dog blink blue is the color.
I mean,
Even if I use
you
the
could
hero
set it
point,
to
I'm
yellow
gonna-
if you prefer.
I
I like blue.
mean, I
though.
like the blue.
I
Yeah,
like
the
blue.
blue.
Handsome.
I
Welcome.
got you, blue.
To Subludu. Good sirs, because after an hour of making your way downtown, you eventually come upon Slubulop. A delightfully quaint village of what, according to Sushar, is about 500 Kuatoa.
Yeah, speaking of which, hey, Shushar,
Yeah, what
The
was up
hell?
with that? Ugh,
what was you want to enlighten us now that we're out of the?
Sushar throws up his hands and has no idea what's going on with us. It's very impolite to accuse people who don't understand the situation of knowing something that they don't.
So,
Well,
hey, Shushar. Ashlyn flies up, floating up to eye level with him. That place, there. You right sure that place safe, mate?
So what you're looking at is a village that is surrounded by this sort of, I mean, it's an interesting defense mechanism. It's a bunch of fishing lines laced with hooks and sharp edges. You know, it's basically like a fence that if you walk through it is razor wire.
Also, Aisling is Australian apparently.
Oi, mate! What you doing in me pockets?
My accent was off, but oi is also used by Irish people.
But also a
Yeah.
right shore mate.
Yeah, actually. Because remember, Australian slang is a lot of.
look, as long as
Cross
Iceland doesn't hold out to me
contamination.
like a Wigan baguette, like a Wigan kebab.
Wigan
I-
kebab.
Yeah, as long as she doesn't hold out like a Wigan kebab to me, we'll be okay. Wait, was that Scotland or Ireland?
You are at a fine
It's
little
Wigan.
fishing village. The outer perimeter has fishmen surrounding it. Shushar decides that he's going to go over there real fast and see what's up. In the meantime, you can lay
That-
back here for a moment.
Because that
Yeah.
went so well last time.
Look,
Every
I'm
single
starting to think
time
this
you
place
accuse
is
him about
terrible.
this, he sags a little more.
Well, I'm not accusing. I'm just like,
I'm just sassing the guy.
Yeah, and it's really
he
impacting
was
his
so
mood, it seems.
Oh, he was so. Well, I actually feel bad now because like he was so proud of like about Sloobdeblub. He was telling us about it for like 8 days, and then this happens. It's like you wanted to show your friends like a really cool movie, and it's coming up to your favorite part, and you look at them, and they're texting on their phone.
Pain.
So if you just wait here, it'll take like 50 minutes and he'll be back.
All right.
Well, things appear to be going a little different than I have expected.
what's going on?
How?
Well, it appears that Plooploopleen's daughter, Blubbliblop, is apparently worshipping something she calls the two-headed father, the Limu Gugun.
You have such a beautiful language.
Like I like to think that like there
Again,
might be.
Imagine when I'm actually saying Ashleen's lines, I am translating it from heavy Irish, so she's actually hard for some of you to understand normally.
Well, Klibdoogaloo apparently is the one who has been justifying the need for sacrifice under this new father of theirs instead of our loyal sea mother, the one who reigns over the Dark Lake. However, I've managed to arrange for us to have a small escort with Plooploopleen, meaning that we'll be mostly safe as we move through the village.
Because the first thing we need to do is get some supplies because we are very ill-equipped.
Yeah.
You'll
first
find that this village has most accoutrements that are necessary for the adventuring life, and then, once we are done, you can go back on your lively little way. But first, let us commence a good night's sleep and a nice dinner, and then next time you guys can take care of your shopping needs.
Heck
I
yeah.
ran out
Alright.
of cookies an hour ago.
We
And
just like
everyone-
we just bring
everyone
Aisling
tried-
over to the like fish hut. And it's like Aisling, we're gonna get you the biggest for being so patient in your time, and we're gonna get you the biggest, meatiest fish we can.
Okay, but first and foremost, we need to discuss a few other things, and that is where are you going next? So the main thing that you're going to be doing in Sloobloop is you're going to be getting your supplies, you're going to be meeting some locals, and you're going to have to decide on where you're going to go next and how you're going to go there, because you can't take the Dark Lake to some places.
Right.
Particularly, it's very easy to get to Glockerstreek from here. Let's see. How far does it take to go from anywhere to go? From Sloobloop, it's 8 days back to where you came from. That's a bad idea. It's 20 days to Glockerstreek. Let's see, 1.5 miles per hour every day. Oh, let's do some basic math. 1.5 times 24. If you go by
I
water,
gave you a GIF.
if you go by water, and you have someone constantly man the rowboats, you should be able to get to Glockerstreek by water in 4 days. Of course, you'll be going by water. Who knows what's out there? The Dark Lake doesn't exactly look like the most appealing place. There's some light that shines onto it from who knows where, and you can see obvious clouds of the Feyres just manifesting in places, in and out.
Oh no, Claire, we're in the Untersea.
Well, it sounds like kind of.
If you start speaking with a London accent, I'm gonna wow my finger at you.
Ashley changes from Irish to London.
If you want to go to
Oh, no.
Blingenstone, it's also 20 days from here. Neverlight Grove is also it's 26 days from here. I think Topsy Turvy and who's that motherfucker again? Boopido want to go to Glockstreek.
Also, did we lose anybody in that fight?
You
Yeah, we
lost that
lost
drow. You lost the emo drow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
crank.
drow.
I mean, to be
He's
fair,
gonna
he
be
didn't say a
dead.
lot, so who gives a shit, right? Right.
I'll miss
I mean, I
him.
feel kind of bad, but at the same time, like I said, this is actually in character. Tanya desires not to be blamed for the strange dark bird mess. 'Cause I-
How did
that-
you
like I
know
said-
about that? You weren't there.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Well, I assume
That
you
was
told me.
only 2 of us. That was Ashley and Abigail.
Well,
Yeah, but
well, did
I
you just
assume we
not tell
told
me about
them.
what the cawing noises were?
Yeah,
What were
they-
those
they
things
were
called,
pretty-
Safi?
Rocks?
Grix.
No,
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 those did
from when
work.
Abigail and Ashleen went to steal food. And
Yeah,
there are
like
those
the
like big bug things.
well, the
The
humanoid vultures.
Vrock.
The
The
Vrock.
rock, that's
Yeah,
it.
they're gonna blame us for the Vrock problem. That's why I think they chased us for so long.
Maybe. Like I said, where are you gonna go? Just so I can write it down. Do you want to go to the town, to the mushroom place, which is the furthest of all of them, or I can go to Blingdenstone, which is where a bunch of depressed deep gnomes live, or I can go to Glockelstruck, where a bunch of very industrious pseudo dwarves hang out.
Maybe the industrious dwarves know a way out of here.
The Duergar.
Yeah,
We should
Duragar.
probably escort.
Upsy and
The-
Turvy. Or the
Yeah.
prince.
Well, we need to escort everybody to their places, pretty much, and Stool
looks-
needs to get to the Grove. The Dwarf Company needs to get to Gracklestug.
Okay. Looks at the goblin. Do we?
I don't know.
Because I mean, we not to be that person, but we mostly got them out of prison and also got them to safety to a civilization.
If you
I don't
want
think
to
we
kick out a party member, you're allowed to.
Well,
I
I'm
gesture
not-
to Stool. It's like, are you gonna let this little boy go on his own? Look
I
at
don't
him.
even is like looking at the living mushroom with its like little pitter patter feet. I don't even know what that is.
It's
The,
just
the,
a
the,
little
point I'm,
guy.
the point I'm saying is like we'll be here forever, escorting everyone to their like little homes. This is not like a weird letting Zelda find the Gorons, find the Zora to their proper place nest game
Yeah, like
thing.
it's 20 days to each place, right?
It's 20 days to
Yeah.
Glockelstruck, 20 days to Blingenstone, 26 days to Neverlight Grove. But if you go by water and you put some pace behind it, you can get to Glockelstruck in 4 days.
Yeah, I say we go to the industrious, like, people because I think they might. That's my hunch. They might know a way.
Once you're in
to serve-
Glockelstruck, by the way, just because people have this innate sense of this when they live down here, your options are. I'll just give you the fucking chart. Your fastest option would be to go to Neverlight Grove in 12 days, and after that, from Neverlight Grove, it's only 16 days to Blingenstone. It's quite a thing. Here you go. Here's a fucking star chart.
What if I point up and start shooting?
I don't think you're going to like the results. First and foremost, you should never dig up straight up, as the Minecraft rules dictate. But secondly,
What if I shoot at an
digging in
angle?
general has weird consequences, one of which is that there are these big fat worms that when they hear too much digging, they come and they eat you.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the disembodied voice of the DM on this one.
No, this is like the people in your party who are like, we live here, we know what this is like. Like, mining operations have to be done very delicately.
Yeah, and this is where I also interject on the whole canny thing. On escort everyone. If they want to go with us, they can. If they want to go to their own devices and travel on their own way, okay.
So
Because
just to make sure, Ashley and Sully turns. Like whole goal is just get out of here, right?
yes,
Okay, good. Want to make sure you guys didn't have like any make money thing going on. I want to go home, and home is not here.
yeah. Tanya desires not to be in this spooky zone. Iceland doesn't desire to be in the spooky zone, and I don't like. There's no real. What I'm saying is, there's no real actual reason for us to, for some reason, escort all these people who help break out of prison to their destinations.
I guess.
But
What,
Go
Well,
with
what,
the
now
we
I'm
should
up for
do,
helping people, though. I like helping people.
what we should do is at least make sure they get on a boat. Because
well, we should ask them about that first. But the other thing is, on the go to Neverlight first, maybe, and then go to the industrial city, because the idea, I guess, would be it wouldn't just be like one massive trip. It would be like we would stop between civilizations.
I mean, there's also no guarantee that any of these places have a way out. That changes from time to time.
I mean, that was my idea. Like,
Yeah, I'm in favor of going to Grove first and then to the city. Just
Wait, what's
To-
so you want to go to Neverlight Grove first? The 26-day trip.
I thought you said that would be the shorter trip.
If you look
Oh,
at the
that's a
chart,
long trip.
yeah, but didn't you say like going by boat would be like 4 days?
to Glockelstruck.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so it's probably best if we take the shortest route, because going 28 days is kind of a long way. And then probably going to be like closer to it from there than it is from here.
Another
It would
massive,
save a lot of
yeah,
time.
another big problem that you should consider is that if you go straight to Blingstone from here, you'll probably be going very close to where the Drow live.
Yeah, screw
Proximity
that
is a
noise.
silly thing underground, but it's definitely something you'll notice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and those guys seem very obsessed with blaming us for every one of their problems, so I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, we should give them a wide berth for a little while until they cool down at least.
I actually want next time, like, we encounter the Drow somehow, like the same Drow, they point at the goblin. That's the one that released the vulture birds.
What?
They just straight up, like, start the blame game right there.
They've
Thanks, Claire.
constructed this whole mythology
Actually,
about
They
wait.
actually no wait. They actually arrest you, and you're like, I don't even know what those are. You see, but you were with the one who did. It was that metal one.
So
Oh,
you're
wait,
going
actually-
to Glockelstruck by water.
Seems like the plan.
Gotcha. Just making sure so I can prepare all the encounters and stuff, and I know what to read
Wait.
up on.
No, wait a second. Out of character thing. Don't get on the boat.
Yeah. Anytime there's an option to get on a boat, in
You're
D&D,
going to get
Disney-
into some shit no matter what. Like
Okay,
I don't know why
I've
you think that the
never
water is
been-
any less shitty than the not water.
And I've never been on a boat in D&D. So.
There's a reason, Bella.
I'm a pirate. It'll be fine.
I played a
Alright.
pirate. In,
Also,
one of the
Jim
last
Jar,
games.
who don't forget is kind of a clever boy, does point something out. If these guys have like a whole horde of zombies, it's harder to load those on the boats than it is to just walk them over land, isn't it?
Well, let us
Yeah.
go to the boat. Tanya does not quite like the sea for obvious and should be apparent reasons.
You sink.
Like a stone.
A metal
I-
stone.
I cannot swim very well.
I
You
mean,
don't say.
listen, you just got to get yourself a hydro pack built in. You know, a little propeller.
Tanya
Oh my
actually
god! I
is-
just thought of something. We're on the
Propeller.
middle, and we don't have the Fey res near us, right?
Mm.
Ashleen's on the boat. She's getting cooped up. Guys, I need to go for a walk. She points to the water and freezes it and jumps off.
Yeah,
Cons-
or something worse. What if you like start going feral and like we just wake up one day after a long like
She's
night
like
of
eating the
sea travel?
boat.
Well, no, I mean like the boat is frozen in place because we're in some kind of like icy wasteland that she accidentally created with wild magic.
No.
Oh my god, we actually level up enough that I get a teleport object. So while we're floating out, it's just like, you know what? I'm bored of this boat. Boom. Where'd the boat go? I don't know. How are you guys still here?
Splishy splashy
Sploosh.
sploosh.
And then I fly off.
By the way, here's a cool picture of what the dark lake looks like.
Wow, that lake is dark.
Yeah, we sure are in the undersea. By the way, Sunless Sea, good game. Everyone should play it. Anyway,
Are you advertising a sponsorship, baby T?
Hey,
I
I
wish-
wish I was being sponsored by
Dude,
Scale
yo, if I
Menden
was-
team.
yeah, if I was sponsored by like any of those games I love, that'd be great.
This campaign brought to you by Sunless Sea.
Also, I like the glowy green bits. It looks spooky but pretty.
Hey,
Honestly, it's kind of weird how some of that does just look like concept art of the Undersea.
Yeah, as long as we don't see the the sun engine.
The
And
sun!
Aisling, yeah, the Aishling's like, there it is, guys. There's a sky. We gotta go. And she just pilots the entire boat towards it. Aisling, no.
Aisling, yes.
That first
Look.
one loves us.
Look,
These
y'all
boats,
remember-
do these boats work like the Mario Sunshine boats where they hit anything and they just start wildly shaking and sink?
First
hope
cave
not.
loves us.
What is that picture of, Dizzy?
It's of the first cave image. The love heart.
Oh my goodness, it's a cave house.
He loves us.
The cave opening loves you. Great.
I need to play Submariner.
Let's see what lives in the water. Oh, that's some cool stuff.
Gee whiz, I hope we don't encounter any of it.
Hey, with a little bit of luck, whatever you meet is not interested in eating you. Since you know they live in the water, their food's probably water stuff.
I mean, look, the Underdark sucks so bad. It's just like it takes normal things you would see in a fantasy world, but then like makes it 10 times worse. So we just get in there. And it's like it's sort of like the Underdark version of the the crawling apocalypse.
Oh my god, Claire.
You ever see that, Safi?
Claire,
Yes.
we see the Dawn engine, right?
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, we're not going to go towards that. And Austin's like, yes, we are.
Yes, I
No, we really. She points to the water next to the boat and freezes it so we can't go off in a different direction.
Oh, that would be
Just
an
wait.
interesting counter, actually. I'm just gonna actually show this one. There's a really cool monster called the Crawling Apocalypse, which I mean that name alone, like,
Yeah, I'm
look at
on
this
board
thing.
already.
It's a mummified kraken.
Hell
Oh.
yeah.
The sand quacking.
Yeah, it's called the Crawling Apocalypse. It's so cool.
He's gonna put sand in your shoes.
It's apparently intelligent. I'm not sure.
It's evil. He put sand in my shoes.
What an uncomfortably inconvenient method of taking care of us.
Glowy thing.
That's the Dawn Machine, Dizzy.
Glowy thing.
I love the Dawn Machine so much in concept, and especially like what happens when you start approach it. Like
The
the
glowy.
sun, the sun, the sun, the sun.
Basically, Dizzy and Sunless Sea have lived. Your people have lived underground in the ocean for years, as in for generations. So the sun is addictive, but also lethal. This is an artificial one.
Yep, done by a cult trying to bring the sun to the undersea, which would actually basically wipe out all life because it's introducing an element that does not that they can't survive under into a underground ocean.
Gotcha, baby Claire.
Once again, good game. Hashtag sponsored, not sponsored. Check out Sunless Sea from the Fallen London team right now on Steam.
I'm pretty sure I own it.
It used to be
It's a
based on
good
this
game.
weird browser-based game.
Yeah, Fallen London.
And don't forget to check out their indirect sequel,
Sunless Skies.
or at least I think it's indirect sequel. I have no clue.
It's
'cause I haven't played
direct, but it's a long distance in the future.
Right.
I think I own that one too.
Sunless Skies is when all of the stars in the sky have died.
It's very much more. I mean, both games are pretty kind of Eldritchy themed, but the Sunless Skies is a like way cranked higher into that direction. But I'm gonna pop off and
Thanks for
It
game.
was fun
Bye
to play.
bye.
It was
Yeah.
fun.
hopefully
Yeah.
I roll better next time.
You had to say
God.
something.
Well, the enemies roll worse.